Yeah, the word is hearing what we are saying. The word is hearing what I'm saying. I want you to watch this video. Like this video, comment, follow me, share this video massively. Share this video massively, because I will never be Islamized by radical Muslims. I will never be Islamized. Share this video massively. The world is listening. This is the one that is happening right now. The world is listening. Share this video massively. Share, comment, follow me. Follow me without no reason. Help me and subscribe on my YouTube channel as Maris West USA. 2 in front of it. Thank you very much as you do this. God bless you.
You don't bust though. No matter how room dark reach. No matter how room dark reach. Man must know where Bobby dey. I go lie for you. He don't dey come outside though. He don't dey bust. That's what Peter Doshe talk. God bless you, sir. He said no matter how room dark reach, man must find a way to Bobby. And that's what the matter. I don't want to talk too much. I say regate là-bas.
All right, Nigerians, we have a very serious breaking news. I want you to stay with me till the very end, because we have a lot to unpack in this video. What has just happened is not ordinary. This is one of those developments that immediately attracts global attention because it combines 3 very sensitive issues: terrorism, international security, and Nigeria. And once those 3 things come together in one announcement, the entire world pays attention. The United States government has now announced sanctions against a Nigerian national and 3 Nigerian companies over allegations that they were involved in moving money connected to ISIS. Now, before we go into the political implications, let us first understand exactly what happened, because many people may see the headline and not understand why this is such a serious development. According to the US Department of State, American authorities have imposed sanctions on 3 individuals and 6 companies operating across several countries. The countries mentioned include Nigeria, France, Syria, and Turkey. The Americans are alleging that these individuals and businesses formed part of a financial network that helped ISIS move money across international borders. Let me repeat that. The allegation is not that they were carrying weapons. The allegation is not that they were physically fighting for ISIS. The allegation is that they were helping move money. And when it comes to terrorism, money is everything. A terrorist organization cannot survive without money. It takes money to recruit fighters. It takes money to buy weapons. It takes money to purchase vehicles. It takes money to move people from one location to another. It takes money to plan attacks. It takes money to spread propaganda. So when governments begin targeting finances, they are attacking the lifeline of a terrorist organization. And according to the Americans, that is exactly what they are doing here. Now, let us look at the Nigerian connection. The individual identified by the United States is Mukhtar Adamu Muhammad. The Americans released very detailed information. They identified him by multiple names. They provided his date of birth. They provided his location in Lagos State. They even listed passport details. That alone tells you that this was not a casual announcement. This was a carefully prepared designation backed by intelligence gathering and investigation. According to the United States, Mukhtar Adamu Muhammad allegedly had connections to ISIS West Africa through a network of money exchange businesses operating in Nigeria. Again, that is the allegation being made by American authorities. And this is where things become even more serious, because the Americans did not stop at naming one person. They also named 3 Nigerian companies: Generation Currency Bureau de Change Limited, Manhattan Bureau de Change Limited, and 929 Exchange Bureau de Change Limited. One is linked to Kano, another is linked to Lagos. And according to the Americans, these businesses allegedly served as channels through which money connected to ISIS activities was moved. Now think about the significance of this. For years, Nigerians have been asking questions. How are these terrorist groups surviving? How do they continue operating? How do they keep buying weapons? How do they continue recruiting people? How do they continue carrying out attacks despite military operations? Many people focus only on the fighters carrying guns, but security experts often tell us that behind every terrorist organization, there is usually a financial network. There are people moving money, there are people transferring funds, there are people helping transactions happen, there are people providing financial support. Without that network, terrorism becomes much harder to sustain. And this is why this latest announcement is attracting so much attention. According to Thomas Pigott, spokesperson for the US Department of State, investigators uncovered a network stretching from Europe and the Middle East all the way into West Africa. That is important, because what the Americans are describing is not a local operation. They are describing an international network. A network connecting multiple countries, a network connecting different individuals, a network allegedly moving funds across continents. Pigott specifically mentioned a France-based facilitator, he mentioned a Syria-based operator, he mentioned cryptocurrency transfers, and he mentioned Nigerian money exchange businesses. So what the Americans are saying is that this was part of a much larger financial structure, and Nigerians should pay attention to that, because when international intelligence agencies start talking about networks operating across France, Syria, Turkey, and Nigeria, then we are no longer talking about a small local issue. We are talking about something that international security agencies have been monitoring very closely. Now let's discuss the timing of this announcement. Why is this happening now? That is another important question. This development is coming at a time when Nigeria is already facing major security challenges. Across different parts of the country, insecurity remains one of the biggest concerns. We continue to hear reports of terrorist attacks. We continue to hear reports of kidnappings. We continue to hear reports of banditry. Communities are worried, families are worried, businesses are worried, farmers are worried. And now, in the middle of all these concerns, the United States is announcing that Nigerian individuals and companies are allegedly part of an international ISIS financing network. Naturally, this raises serious questions. How long has this network allegedly been operating? How much money was moved? Who else may be involved? Are there additional investigations ongoing? Will there be further sanctions? Will Nigerian authorities conduct their own investigations? These are questions many Nigerians will be asking. Now let's also understand what sanctions actually mean. Some people hear the word sanctions and think it simply means criticism. No. Sanctions are much more serious than that. The sanctions were imposed under Executive Order 13,224. This is one of America's major counter-terrorism tools. When someone is designated under this framework, access to international financial systems can become extremely difficult. Assets can be frozen, transactions can be blocked, business relationships can become restricted. International institutions may avoid dealing with designated persons or companies. The objective is simple: cut off access to money, because if you can disrupt financial networks, you weaken the operational capacity of terrorist organizations. That is the logic behind these sanctions. Now, there is another aspect of this announcement that Nigerians should not ignore, and that is the language used by the Americans. Thomas Pigott said the United States remains committed to protecting American lives. He also spoke about defending religious minorities, and he spoke about eliminating threats posed by ISIS. That statement is important because it fits into a broader trend we have been seeing from Washington in recent months. Over the past year, several American officials and lawmakers have repeatedly expressed concern about terrorist violence in Nigeria, particularly attacks affecting vulnerable communities, particularly attacks connected to extremist groups. So when the Americans connect terrorism financing, security cooperation, and protection of religious minorities in one statement, they are sending a broader policy message. They are saying this issue remains a priority for them. Now, politically, this development may create additional pressure on Nigerian authorities, because once foreign governments publicly identify alleged financial channels linked to terrorism, citizens naturally expect action. People will ask questions. People will demand investigations. People will want answers. People will want to know whether there are other networks operating. People will want to know what measures are being taken to prevent financial support for terrorist organizations. And honestly, those are legitimate questions, because terrorism is not defeated only on the battlefield. It is also defeated through intelligence. It is defeated through financial monitoring. It is defeated through tracking transactions. It is defeated through identifying support networks. That is why this development is so significant. Another thing Nigerians should understand is that investigations of this nature rarely end with one announcement. When intelligence agencies identify one financial channel, they begin looking for related channels. When they identify one network, they search for associated networks.